Hello, it's Fellonius the old yapper again. Today we're going to talk about idols. And an idol for me, or should I say a famous person or someone I like a lot. And it's a person, often a musician or such, that I can relate to, love their music, collect things. Back in the old days, my idols were Beatles, and I tried to get everything Beatley from magazines and stuff, posters on the wall and all that. And then there was a Swedish group that was the same thing. It was the Swedish Beatles. They called the Tages. Same thing there. But that was the late 60s, and suddenly I got some other interests, and music wasn't, and the Beatles broke up, and no, I don't really have any idols today. It's more like Mother Teresa or Ron Smallet that is my idols today than musicians. However, idol is something that you might want to be if you want to be famous. Now, there is, should I say, a TV show called, well, it's called Idol in Sweden. I think it was American Idol that started it all. And that is creating idols out of crap. That is, they are not famous when they start, and they are going to be famous when they end. Here in Sweden, that has become some sort of crazy stuff. There are three guys in a jury who actually, well, I don't feel like they know anything. Well, and one of them does, but the other two, they don't know anything about musicians, and they certainly don't know anything about idols. So I haven't seen 1 minute of that show. I've heard. Then there's Britain Got Talent is the same thing. The strange things about these idols that came from this show is that you don't remember them. And sometimes you remember the runner-up, the second place winner, and not the first place winner. So what do Sweden do then? Well, we have something called Eurovision Song Contest. So they put every idol they can find that still are going strong and try to make them famous again and again and again. Well, the youngsters know them, and probably my son's mother knows them as well because she's following that series. But they're not idols. You don't see pictures of them in newspapers and such, except when they do scandals. But on another score, the first American Idol, and I'm not totally sure which year this was, that was a person that I didn't know anything about. But I found a lady that sang so strong. I really liked this lady, and she was called Kelly Clarkson. Looked like a beast bitch, but her voice is good. And then she recorded actually a Swedish song, or a Swedish songwriter's song called Stronger. And I thought, this is a good one. She could have been like someone favorite. Well, she is in my top 50 favorite singers at the moment. So, yeah. And that actually was the American Idol #1. Had no idea. So she became famous to me the wrong way around. Or should I say, the right way around. And that hasn't happened to any of the Swedish ones. There's Danny and Alice or whatever their name. I don't know. And it doesn't matter because they sing the same type of songs. It's ballads or whatever it is. They're not really good. And the songs are bad. Yeah. So how come they are called idol? Well, it's just the normal thing with words and probably internet as well. Just take that as well. Any word that is used or misused anyway are suddenly losing its real importance. I mean, To me, an idol is something that is really high up. And icons, religious icons, was also called idol. You shouldn't have any other gods and all that stuff, but you could have an idol, a picture of Jesus or God if you wanted. And in Russia, there was even special icons that you could buy and have on your wall. And they're also called idols. Today, anyone can be an idol. You can go into your lavatory and poop. Good, you're an idol. And I'm a bit worried about this development in words. Every time a word loses its real value, its real old value, it's actually it's not making the languages better. And do we really need idols? I mean, they're not certain. Take another group that I heard of. And I don't know anything about them except that they sing like Backstreet Boys and all that. One Direction, one D. There was a guy probably drugged and like mad. He jumped off. He jumped off the group, and for 2 days, Twitter was full of crying little ladies that didn't even know the guy. They didn't even know who he was. The guy had been crapping all over the rest of the gang. He's been being a badass, and they didn't want him, and he didn't want them. He even had a solo single already ready to release 2 days after he jumped off. Hello, come on. Is that an idol? He's not behaving himself. But ladies don't mind, and they can cry. But that's the 14-year-olds. That's it. But they are not the true meaning of word idol. Now, I'm not saying that Beatles was it either, but to me there was, because we had something else back then. Any thoughts otherwise on words? I really have a lot of words that I need to reevaluate. That's not good. Thanks for listening. Bye.